Hello, welcome to game 4 of my C-League match against Jean-Michel. Jean-Michel. Get the 5-2. Druid is not great. Trashing is Steward or Druid, I suppose. Plus buy is Ranger or Druid. There's a little bit of an attack with Young Witch. In theory, you could jam a bunch of your actions to your deck with Ironworks and Druids and Highways and Stewards and get Vineyard points, but that feels a little bit tough to get going. I'm not wild about the 5-2 here. I could just go Steward nothing. That's the thing I'm leaning towards at this point. So the other alternative is like Highway Druid. Druid gives me a little bit of a plus buy, and I can trash with it. Then I pick up the Steward. Does Ironworks Phantom work? Not well. Does this game last long enough that you can make the Phantom stuff work? It's possible that it does. I think with Highways though, you can get 5 Highways and then get Thin, and then Provinces are cheap enough that you're going to hit them most turns. Although, how are you hitting 8 without getting like 8 Highways, 7 Highways? And then once you have that, it's going to take you a while. I guess your terminal is Steward, which is plus 2 coins. Maybe you can get 1 gold. I also wonder if rats help you thin. I think they're going to be too annoying. Turtle's nice. So you can turtle. You can turtle stuff and fairly reliably hit your price points. I think I'm just going to go Highway Druid and go for the Highway stack. If you're not close to any province, you can turtle a Highway and probably get there the next turn. If there's any way to village stuff, you could get a big Highway thing going with Turtle, but that doesn't seem super feasible to me. I'm looking at Pilgrimage, but Pilgrimage doesn't seem to do a lot for my deck right now because the only cards over the game are Highways. I have what's called a Golden Sombrero here. I bottom decked both the cards that I bought. I'm going to get 1 silver. Don't really want a loan. Do I want a loan? I wasn't considering loan until I bought a loan. I guess it helps me thin the coppers a little bit faster. I think the loan is too slow though. I'm going to get a silver. So if I get like Druid, 3 coppers and silver, I can consider turtling it. To buy a Highway. So my assumption that they're going with the Ironworks stuff is that I don't know what they're doing now. Yeah, I have no way to get a coin out of this, so I will trash. Oh, I can buy a Highway because Highways only cost 4. Nice. I assume they're just going to trash here and pass turn. Yeah, they flipped their Highway, which revealed a loan. One of the reasons I don't like playing with loan. Is there anything worth buying for 2? No. Yeah, so I guess we're just clicking on Highways now. I have a slight advantage. I have trashed 1 more, and I have 2 Highways in my deck. They skipped over their Highway. I feel like the loans are going to end up being a mistake here, but I'm not quite sure. You're turtling Ironworks. That makes some sense to me, actually, now that I think about it. Turtling Ironworks lets you... Excuse me, I need to get some water. Turtling Ironworks lets you gain Highways. No, it doesn't. If you turtle a Highway, and then if you have an Ironworks and a Highway turtled, you could you could turtle a Highway. You could Ironworks gain a Highway off the turtle. But that feels pretty elaborate. I have some question here. I'm getting some bad shuffles. My first shuffle was bad, and now my second shuffle was bad. Although I've been able to afford a highway both shuffles, so it's not the end of the world. I can turtle something here. The bottom card is another highway. I have this. I can think already about trashing the druid. I can steward trash 2 coppers. So at some point the druid gets bad, right? I'd like to just pilgrimage it though. Turtle it at some point when I draw it without something to do productively. But my deck's going to be thin soon enough. But I don't really, again, want to buy anything for 3. Well, okay. The druid has served its purpose, and I'll buy the Ironworks now. I think I have enough highways in the deck that I can Ironworks for highway fairly reliably, which I now realize is why they have an Ironworks probably. Turtling it feels bad because you can't play it until after all the highways. And continue the plan. Yeah, would have preferred to get this Ironworks highway stuff into the shuffle, but I'm doing okay without that. They're able to get 2 highways here. I should be able to get 2. I think I need to take the last highway, so I will play this for coins. I believe I've trashed 1 more card than them. There's 11 cards in the trash, not counting the druid. Maybe the druid means we've trashed the same number. But I've trashed a druid. So I do need to thin the coppers a little bit more. These decks are not super reliable. Yeah, this loan keeps skipping over all their highways, although it is getting them thin. I think I would rather have all the highways in my deck. This is maybe even a spot where the Ironworks is not doing anything for me, and I could just set it aside, buy a province. Do I want to gain any of these actions? Not really. I had thought a little bit about rats. Get a couple of trashes off, and then you trash the rats for draw, but that means I've got to find the stored. So, are they going for Ironworks Vineyard stuff? That doesn't really make sense with the highways. The Ironworks are going to be worth, the Vineyards are going to be worth not as much as provinces, although can I hit reliably provinces? Probably not. But I don't know, we'll see. I think with turtle stuff I'll be able to hit provinces quite a few, and if they start lowering the Ironworks pile too aggressively, I can maybe I can even grab some Ironworks here. The problem is the Ironworks are dead cards, and they make it harder to draw back around to the potion. Are they envisioning a turn where they play 5 highways and then Ironworks for provinces? I guess that can work. You need to play 4 highways and then Ironworks for provinces, so your deck would need to be just highways and Ironworks. Huh. Maybe I should have thought for a long time at the beginning of the game about all the synergies with Ironworks. I was thinking just Vineyard, but highway and province is maybe enough to make it worth it. They're really going hard on these Ironworks, though. All right, I'm going to follow suit, pretend that they know what they're doing. Here, I guess I just gain a province and trash. So I can gain another Ironworks now, follow this Ironworks plan. Gain any of the other actions. None of the other actions inspire me. Does gold inspire me, or do I want to try to just keep the deck all the way thin for this Ironworks province stuff? It's not clear to me. They still have 2 loans. How they're going to get all this stuff into play. I guess you can next turn, you can turtle Rangers and get a big handoff. They don't seem to be going towards that. I would hate to lose to this Megaturn when I feel like I'm ahead. I'm trying to figure out how they collide all their stuff to make their Megaturn work. So the logic I'm thinking of is you get Ranger, you next turn it, and then your last turn, you play it the first time, and then you turtle it the second time, and then you get just a huge amount of cards and are able to get a big turn off. So we go for that. Maybe I should have gone for that earlier. Having 2 province lead is nice because I think they can reliably gain 4 provinces. I don't think they can gain 5. So if they gain 4, that gives me at least a shot to pile out. It also wrecks their deck. It'll be really hard once you have 4 provinces to align this stuff. I still have these 2 coppers I need to thin. They have some loans, obviously, that they need to thin as well. That was a sad loan. They should not have played that loan. This is such a nice... Would have been a very, very nice turn. Well, maybe not. Too many Ironworks. They also have too many Ironworks. Wait. Ironworks... Okay. I retract everything I've been saying. Is John's here been making fun of me? I'm sorry, John. I retract everything I've been saying. You could only use Ironworks to gain a single province. Unless you've got a whole bunch of things turtled. Okay. And again, I don't want to buy anything. We've played with Groom so many games so far today that I'm confusing Groom and Ironworks. You can only Ironworks for a single. You can only Ironworks for a single province. That's all you can do in a turn. So they must be going for Vineyard stuff. I've come back around. Well, they are Ironworks for province now, which seems inconsistent with the Vineyard stuff. I just don't see how they ever get the Vineyards worth more than like 5, 6. I don't see how they get them up to 6 points. Okay, so they've emptied the Ironworks. Now they're going for a Rats Out, I suppose. They have provinces now. The Rats Out doesn't work because they have to trash their potion and their provinces. Okay, this is 4. So I can next turn this Steward. Turtle this Steward and buy a Duchy. The rest of my deck is not particularly good, though. I can play Steward for money and gain a province. I think that makes the most sense to me. I'm not like super happy about it, but I could also play the Ranger and gain 2 Duchies. That also doesn't seem great to me. So, what are options here? 2 Duchies, 1 province, trash, turtle. Those are fairly varied options. I don't think they can... They did not turtle anything, right? I don't think they can more than double province. Did I go first? I did. I don't think they can more than double province in a turn. And they can go province Vineyard, but then I can get the last province. So I think this line is relatively safe. They are gaining a lot of rats. Just their deck is going to fall apart. Okay, so I can gain an action with my Ironworks, which I will do. I'm going to gain a another ranger, I think, and then turtle the second one. Give me at least a shot of setting aside 2 rangers. I can also ironworks for a victory card next turn. I do have maybe enough green that the rats are not terrible, but it doesn't seem to make sense for me to lower that pile at all. And I think their deck has gotten a lot worse, and I don't need to be worried about them piling. Turtle doesn't give you a plus action, that's frog, right? I wonder if Young Witch is better. Okay, so I know what's happening next turn. 2 turns. The question is, can they pile out over the next 2 turns? The rats just seem like they're bad for their deck. They don't have enough stuff to trash. I guess they're trashing Ironworks once they trash the loans. I'm just not quite seeing what the plan is. Like every time they play rats, they're gaining. Every 3 times they play rats, they're gaining vineyard points. But they don't only trash the highways. They end up trashing a couple of loans, so that's good. And then they've got a vineyard, a potion, provinces, and highways they don't want to trash. All of those are things they don't want to trash. So I'm not quite following here, unless they have. Okay, they're doing massive highway stuff. Okay, I'm gonna gain a estate here. No, I want to gain something that gives me plus action. Could be Druid, could be just Young Witch. And then I'm going to turtle both of these and end my turn. And hopefully they don't pile out here, and I can definitely gain 2 provinces with the big ranger turn coming up. Having the 2 highways coming in is nice. I don't know, maybe they can just gain 2 provinces this turn. Yeah, okay. I don't know. If I didn't draw my deck out of order there, I could have gained a province on the last turn. And they had all those rats. I did not believe in the rats working. I think they got in the way more than anything, but apparently they didn't get in the way enough to stop that deck from working. I would have thought they wouldn't have even had any highways to draw because they had so many rats and ironworks to find. Okay, well, that's game 4. Moving on to game 5.